Hello friends, welcome to my channel OrgaNatic. Today's video is an overview of all the utility household items that I recently acquired, which I use for storage, organization and order in the house. If you like videos about home organization, please subscribe to my channel and let's get started. I am a big fan of tea. The problem is that it's usually packaged in unreliable paper bags. And as you know, tea must be stored in an airtight container that blocks out all light. I went with these personal tea jars with bamboo lids. So now I'm going to fill them with tea. By the way, these jars also will work for tea bags. I'm specifically filling them with 3 types of tea to show how versatile this storage method is. Since the jars aren't see-through, it's a good idea to label them. I'm using chalkboard labels because I like their stylish look. Besides, you can always relabel. It's best to do it with a special chalk pen. That's how they look in my cabinet, accessible, cute and stylish. Among other things, this kitchen drawer contains foil, parchment paper and plastic wrap, which I don't use that often. The drawer is pretty deep and I didn't want to waste all that space keeping things this way. Therefore, my next purchase was a napkin holder. It's metallic, stable and perfect for stowing the rolls. To prevent the holder from moving all over the place when opening the drawer, you can secure it with a blue tack, which, by the way, I also purchased recently. It's super handy, reusable and holds anything from posters and pictures on vertical surfaces to calculators and flower pots on horizontal surfaces. But keep in mind that it may leave greasy stains, which doesn't concern me since I'm using it inside the drawer. I secured the napkin holder in the corner and put the rolls there. It's not always convenient to keep glasses in a case. That's why I've been looking for a solution to store them that works best for me, and I found this stand. Its base is made of slate-like material and the crossbar is made of metal. Now I can keep my most frequently used eyewear on it, both prescription glasses and shades. The next purchase is a wall-mounted mop and broom holder. The plate itself is made of soft and flexible material. It has clip-in holders for mops on the front and an adhesive surface on the back. A quick life hack: you can cut the plate in half if you only need it for one object. Before mounting the holder to the wall, clean the surface and wipe it dry. I installed it on a basement wall where I keep all the cleaning helpers. This organizer was meant for makeup, but it also works for keeping small items. I placed it in a drawer where I sorted out all the small things I need, which gave the drawer a makeover beyond recognition. And the main thing is that I can find what I need quick and easy. Meet my old doormat, which is torn on the side. The other torn edge I trimmed a long time ago, and now it's time to replace it. But instead of trashing it, I trimmed the torn part and put it in the garage, where it will serve for many more years. Meanwhile, this new mat will take its old place. The new replacement is a secret to my clean hallway, which is especially important when you have 2 little children. Its surface is brushy and cleans the shoe soles well as giving the mat a more decorative texture. Thanks to its non-slip material on the other side, it stays in place. I prefer using my dishwasher to the maximum, that's why I had to ditch wooden cutting boards for plastic ones. But plastic boards are fragile. The surface gets easily damaged and pieces of plastic end up in food, which isn't pleasant. That's why I switched to glass boards. It's naturally hygienic material that can be recycled later. In addition, glass boards are dishwasher safe. However, the decorative side peels off over time. I personally like it better that way. Handle these boards with caution, so they don't shatter. Plus, they can dull a few types of knives. In my opinion, hygiene is way more valuable than a dull knife that can be easily sharpened. Besides, I've been using knives with serrated blades for many years, which don't need to be sharpened. They always stay sharp. Right off the bat, these boards aren't for everyone. They might make a lot of noise when used with certain knives, but it doesn't bother me at all, so I switched to these boards. By the way, you don't have to trash your plastic boards, use them as clay sculpting stand for children. Self-adhesive hooks are irreplaceable helpers in many situations. For example, I like these ones for their plain and simple design and stability. The only downside is that the actual hook is rather small and isn't suitable for all purposes. I organized my mom's jewelry using these exact hooks. And this time I got them to hang a dartboard for kids on the door of my youngest daughter. Despite the intense use, the hook performs its function really well. Look at this nifty thing. This is a ceiling clip that features a handy pour spout with lid, making pouring quick and easy, and it works on plastic or paper bag. When done, just seal it. It's that simple. I have made a video about do-it-yourself organizers where I showed how to make a similar clip if it rings a bell. But there you had to unscrew the cap all the time, while this modern take turned out to be much easier to use. If only I knew how these crumbs end up in a kitchen drawer all the time. In order to get rid of them without moving all the contents, I ordered a dust brush attachment for my vacuum cleaner. This is how the entire process went. The brush picked up all the crumbs with no problems. Although while testing the new tool, I had an epiphany. A crevice tool that's already included in the vacuum cleaner standard kit can handle the same job. It looks like this. Let's test it out. I poured some crumbs in the drawer and will use the crevice tool to clean it up. It worked well, basically the same result. The only difference is that I had to turn my vacuum cleaner to the max to use the new brush, while the original extension didn't require much power, therefore used less energy. You can already see for yourself which one takes up more space. In conclusion, I like the new brush, but the new tool that does the same job already came with the kit. We are already familiar with magic erasers. I buy and use them on a regular basis, but now I'd like to talk about something else. Recently I discovered a black version at the store. They resemble sandpaper, yet soft to the touch, remind me of pencil eraser. According to the manufacturer, they are meant for tough to clean surfaces. Let's test it on 2 extra tough stains. My child smeared ink all over the cabinet door, and I only noticed it the next day. By that time the surface already absorbed the ink and no rag, no magic eraser could remove the stain. But the black sponge erased the ink as if it was a pencil on a paper. It didn't damage the surface at all, although I wouldn't advise using it on the door every day. I give it an A+. Moving on to the next challenge. This is a hand rest on my younger daughter's desk. Since she is a tiny artist, it was exposed to some creative mess. I couldn't get rid of this plasticine stain for the love of me. Let's see if this black sponge can handle it. The sponge not only failed to remove the stain, but also added a black smear on top. Just so you know, magic eraser couldn't handle it either. If by any chance you know how to get rid of this stain on our hand rest, please let me know in the comments. My next purchase is a duster for hard-to-reach places. It consists of a plastic tool and cloth attachments. I got it for when moving furniture isn't an option or when I'm simply not strong enough to move it. For example, under a bed or a sofa. I am sure you can use this duster with a regular rag as well. Just fix it on the special slots. If you like this video, please show it to me by hitting the like button. Please subscribe to my channel if you are new. See you next week. Bye bye!